Since 1972, Face to Face has supported youth no matter what. Beginning as a walk-in crisis counseling center and reproductive health clinic, Face to Face has grown to include a full adolescent medical clinic, a comprehensive mental health program, and established the only youth drop-in center for youth experiencing homelessness in Ramsey County. Using evidence-based principles, Face to Face provides support for youth ages 11 to 24 that focuses on their strength. Face to Face's mission is to create a healing, loving, and caring community for every young person that walks through our doors. For nearly 50 years, Face to Face has connected with thousands of youth by supporting them through challenges, connecting them with resources, and celebrating their successes. Face to Face's tagline is amplifying youth voice. We provide information and support for youth to make their own choices about their health and future. We also work to remove any barriers that keep them from healthy lives. Because you care about young people and their future, we invite you to join the Face to Face family as a donor today. Your support can make a difference for the youth in our communities. Thank you for joining us today, and we hope you enjoy cooking for our cause.
Good evening, everyone. I am Laverne McCartney Knighton. I am going to be your host this evening as we are cooking for a cause for a wonderful organization, Face to Face. Face to Face serves our young people ages 11 to 24 who are experiencing trauma, homelessness, who have critical needs that have to be met, and Face to Face is there to give them all of the resources that they need. And right now, I'd like to introduce you to Hannah Gatauchu-Cruiser and Brian Ingram.
Face to Face is an organization that's been around for close to 50 years, providing services for young people between the ages of 11 and 24 in St. Paul, Minnesota. What makes Face to Face unique is that we approach our services from a relationship-based model. We have a unique approach to serving young people who have experienced homelessness, and we are also the only drop-in center in Ramsey County. Our comprehensive approach to providing services makes us unique and different. We look at the whole person, not the different parts of the needs that young people present.
While we're talking about food and a great way to celebrate, we have to also be reminded that our youth who are being served by Face to Face are dealing with food insecurities in every day of their lives. So we want to also always be mindful of what their needs are, and that Face to Face provides such an important resource for our young people to be able to have food in their lives, to be able to survive and live healthy, strong, well lives. So as we celebrate with these wonderful dessert and Bloody Mary, we also want to be careful to know that food is an important issue for most of our youth out here today, especially in this pandemic. We don't want to forget that this is cooking for a cause, and it is raising important funds to help our young people really get what they need to survive in their day-to-day lives.
Hi guys, I'm Brian. I'm with Hope Breakfast Bar. We're so thrilled to be partnering with Face to Face. We partnered with them when the pandemic first started. We started helping deliver meals out to the youth in need within our community. They're doing amazing things, so anybody that you can do to support us would be amazing. All right guys, so today we're gonna talk about Bloody Marys and all the fun things you can do with Bloody Marys. For us, doing Bloody Mary charcuteries, it's a great thing to do for Valentine's Day or really any special kind of event you want to do with friends, family, or just your significant other. We like to use local ingredients whenever we can, so we're going to partner with some of our local spirits, and Charles Lovejoy over with Lovejoy Bloody Mary, and their hot sauce is amazing. So we're going to get started. So you can pickle stuff yourself if you like to pickle stuff. It's really just water, vinegar, sugar, and some pickling spice, or you can just go to your favorite store and pick up stuff. The key is really kind of making something look nice for your family. So we've got some pickled asparagus that we'll set out on our board. We've got some great green beans. I'm going to stagger that so I can put some carrots in so we can kind of alternate our colors a little bit. So you're really just going to get everything kind of nice on your board We're gonna do some tomatoes. We're gonna do some eggs, bacon because I'm chubby and I love bacon. We've got some hot peppers, some different olives, and if you like olives, you can, at home, you can stuff these with blue cheese. Any kind of cheese you have around the house are great when you put them in. So we're gonna grab some of those, and then we're gonna grab some black olives. And again, try to use fun objects you have around your house. It could be any glassware, any cutting board, any plate. It can be anything that you want. Just try to find fun, unique things to put out on your board. So you can have your board with your bacon and all your pickled stuff. And then you're gonna do your glassware. Same thing, try to find fun glasses that you might have around the house. We're gonna use a sundae glass. And then we rim it with a little lime juice, and then we do a little kind of Cajun seasoning, those kinds of fun things. So we're gonna add some of our ice. And then you can make a Bloody Mary with more than just vodka. So aquavit is great. You can make it with vodka, you can do it with bourbon, you can do it with tequila. So today, we're gonna make it a little different. So we're gonna use some of the aquavit. And typically a good rule of thumb is 4 to 1. 1 part booze to 4 parts Bloody Mary mix. So we're gonna add our Bloody Mary mix. And then depending on how you like your spice, we're gonna take some of the Lovejoy's Bloody kind of hot sauce. We're gonna kick it up a little bit. I like big straws, so you can get more down faster. That's just my rule of thumb when drinking. We're gonna add a little bit more ice. And again, another thing we can do is instead of using any alcohol at all, you can just find like a lime soda, lemon soda, and those taste great as well. So you can do it with alcohol or without. And then you can also kind of make skewers for your family. So you can take anything from your deli meats, tomatoes, your egg. You can put shrimp on this, asparagus on this. You can literally put anything you want, pickles, whatever you kind of like. And then you're just gonna set it on your glass. So a great Valentine's Day Bloody Mary.
I have just literally been waiting to taste this as I watched him do his thing, and I learned a lot. I mean, I didn't know you could make it with or without vodka, or with or without alcohol. So this is amazing, and I am so ready to taste it. Here we go. Wow, that is amazing.
This is really great.
So good.
This is wonderful. It tastes amazing. And thank you, Lovejoy, the company that provides the Bloody Mary mix and the hot sauce. They're also a partner at Face to Face. They provide a certain percentage of their proceeds every quarter. We are grateful, and Charles Lovejoy will be able to talk more about their partnership with Face to Face. Thank you, Lovejoy.
Hello, Charles Lovejoy, owner and maker of Lovejoy's Bloody Mary Mix, a SBC corporation, which means we were a specific benefit corporation. We were founded with the intention of giving back to our community. So as SBC, as a specific benefit corporation, our goals are to make people aware of social problems in our community. And one way we do that through Face to Face is to give literature and information just about what's going on in the community while we're out doing these shows. We have a kind of a crossover product. The Bloody Mary Mix reaches a crowd that doesn't normally see these things or doesn't know they exist. So that's how we got started with Face to Face.
Well, I want to hope everyone has put their bid in, and if you haven't, now is the time to do so. So don't forget to go to our silent auction. We really want to make a big difference tonight, and your bidding on the silent auction items and helping to raise funds for Face to Face is an amazing thing to do.
All right, guys, we're gonna make strawberry Corla creme. So you can do this with any kind of berry. It doesn't just have to be strawberries. So if you like raspberries, you like blackberries, it can be made with anything. And what strawberries Corla creme is really cream and fresh fruit. A great Valentine's Day. So to make it, it's super easy. Cream cheese, powdered sugar, a little heavy cream, some Grand Marnier, a little vanilla, and a little lemon zest. So just take your mixer at home. Try to take some cream cheese that's been a little bit softened. For our recipe, we say 12 ounces. We're just gonna start mixing it up. So we're just gonna whip it until it gets a little bit soft. We're gonna add some cream to that. We're gonna let that go for just a minute or so and get the cream all incorporated. Then we're going to slowly add in some powdered sugar. Grand Marnier, so an orange flavored liqueur. So if you don't want to have liquor in it, you can add a little bit of orange juice to it, and you're going to get kind of the same effect. We're going to let that go. We're gonna take the zest of a lemon. So if you have a zester at home, you just grab a lemon and do some zesting on it, a grater, anything you have. We've got some pre-done here. So we're just gonna check our cream, make sure it's good. It's always good to make sure you scrape your bowl. We're gonna let that go again. So we're gonna let that cream just get really smooth because we're gonna put it into our favorite glass, bowl, whatever you wanna put it in. We're gonna check that out. So that's basically what you're looking for, just a nice creamy mixture, almost like whipped cream. All right, guys, so our next step, we've got our cream mixture ready. Now we're gonna make our sauce. So here's a sauce that we've already made up a little bit. So to make the sauce, you just take frozen raspberries. Again, you could take frozen strawberries, blackberries, whatever you like. We're gonna take frozen berries. We're gonna take some jam. I'm using a raspberry jam. That's gonna be our sweetener. So instead of adding a bunch of sugar or all of that to it, we're gonna do that with a little bit of jam. Then we are gonna add a little bit of sugar. If you use already sweetened berries, you don't have to add your sugar. We're just gonna put this in a little pot and we're gonna let that cook for about 1 minute on the stovetop. You're just gonna let it go for a minute and thicken up. All right, guys, so we just heated up our berries, our jam, and a little bit of sugar, and you just wanna have a nice kind of consistency to it. So just kind of like a syrup for it. So our next step on our strawberries Corla creme is we're really just gonna build it. So super easy to build. You're gonna take whatever glass you want. You can do martini glasses at home, wine glasses at home, champagne glasses. You can use a bowl, whatever you really kind of want to present it in. So we're gonna take fresh berries and we're gonna put that down first. That's gonna be our base. All right, guys, so now we're gonna take our fruit. And again, you can use strawberries, raspberries, blackberries, whatever you like. You can cut them. You just wanna know that you're gonna be taking a bite of this. So you wanna have your strawberries or whatever your fruit is cut where it's something that you can kind of manage. So you're gonna just put down some fresh berries. We'll do ours with some strawberries, some raspberries, and some blackberries. So we're gonna do this for each one of our glasses. So again, if it's date night, you can prep all of this ahead of time. You don't have to. You can have it ready for your big date, have it presented just like this, and you can make the cocktail together, whatever you kind of want to do. So we're going to do, again, raspberries, blackberries. And then we're going to take that syrup we just made, and that syrup is what we're going to use to sweeten our berries. We're in Minnesota. It's not a lot of fresh fruit here, so this is just going to sweeten them up. So we're going to sweeten up our berries. And then we're going to take our cream And we're going to add some cream onto this. So you can take your cream, and again, just like whipping cream, it's kind of the consistency that you want to have. You're going to take that cream, put it right on top. And then we're gonna make it look nice because it's date night. So you take, again, you'll just take some strawberries, you can slice them up. And then I like to just take a thin cut and make them just real thin. And you're just gonna kind of garnish your glass with that. So you can have your strawberries, you're gonna put them right on top. You can take some of your zest from your lemon and just kind of hit it right on top again. And then I like to finish it with a little more of the syrup. And then you can put a couple more berries right around on the front of it. So strawberries and cream, it's a great, really light dessert. Sometimes you'll eat chocolate cake and you can't move afterwards. These are super light, super tasty, and a great date night. So before we taste this dessert, let's learn more about Face to Face.
Face to Face is uniquely positioned to support youth because we've already been working with youth for a really long time, for decades at this point, and youth trust us. They come to us because they know that we are a safe place for them to get support around their mental health, case management services. Youth experiencing homelessness are able to get services through Safe Zone, and we've already established relationships in the community so that people know that they can come to us and that we will meet a young person where they're at and try to meet their needs as best as we can. As a therapist, I've been in our mental health department. A lot of our clients come because of anxiety or depression or trauma that they're dealing with. They come to get support as far as groups and peer support, as far as one-on-one counseling, and then we also do family counseling as well in order to help the family with their healing and their healing process. And so a lot of our young people right now in the pandemic are struggling with isolation. They're very stressed about school and having to kind of do independent learning in the last year and realizing whether that's their kind of style or not, and still trying to figure out how to get through this time in the healthiest way possible. And then depression surrounding developmental things, if there's family issues, if they're dealing with family members who are struggling with addiction. There's just a lot of range of issues with our clients that they're dealing with. Youth need someone to just listen to them, to be able to reflect what they're saying and understand their feelings, understand their anxiety, normalize it, validate it, understand that their depression is coming from somewhere and that these have been really hard times for young people. There's just been a lot of chaos and confusion, and I always tell my clients this is the first time that I think in a long time adults collectively don't know what's next, and that's just really scary for them because of everything that they've gone through as far as their generation. And so I think they really just need somebody to sit there and normalize what they're going through. And with young people, I think a lot of it is to remind them, because I think they forget the buildup of things. So a lot of times it's just reminding them, like, you've gone through this before the pandemic and this was already going on, and since the pandemic everything's changed and now you're adjusting to this, and now we're in this place where the vaccines are coming and there's a lot of uncertainty around that, and just having to deal with the unknown of the future. It just feels really stabilizing, I think, when an adult can validate what you're going through and reflect and just spend time with them too, because people are really lonely in a lot of ways and feeling isolated. And so just playing games, watching movies, listening to music, just anything that makes them feel connected. They are really uniquely positioned to be hopeful about the future and plan for the future in a way that there isn't the boundaries or structures of kind of adult mind thinking. And so there's a ton of possibilities and a lot of places to explore to better the world, not only for themselves, but for the people around them. So that gives me a lot of optimism because they're really passionate about a lot of issues. I've learned a lot about climate change from my clients. I've learned a lot about different immigration issues that I may not have been aware of, and just learning from their perspective. And just even school shootings wasn't something that I had to deal with, and so just even being able to process with them how that is and what things they would want for the future, it makes me feel really hopeful and optimistic for them to be in charge one day.
This is amazing too. I can't imagine a Valentine's Day going forward without that wonderful Bloody Mary and this amazing dessert. It's a perfect way to cap off a romantic evening. So here goes. Brian, you outdid yourself on this one. Oh, it's so good I have to take 2 bites. Well, I want to hope everyone has put their bid in, and if you haven't, now is the time to do so. So don't forget to go to our silent auction. We really want to make a big difference tonight, and you're bidding on the silent auction items and helping to raise funds for Face to Face is an amazing thing to do. This has been a super fun evening, cooking for a cause for Face to Face. Thank you, Brian, for these amazing recipes for our Bloody Mary, for our dessert. What a great way to really spend Valentine's Day with your loved one or just with your family. I mean, all of this has just been too delicious to even go without having a great evening for Valentine's Day.
Hello, my name is Lonnie Mentone, and I'm a member of the Board of Directors here at Face to Face. I support Face to Face because of the multifaceted services that put youth at the forefront. It's with this work that Face to Face is able to engage in conversations that help drive real change, as well as address disparities for the most vulnerable youth in our communities, all while providing opportunity for youth to be able to build a stable and bright future for themselves. And by joining us here today, you too are contributing to this work. Remember to secure your bid on our silent auction items, and if you're able, to donate using the button on the page in front of you. These donations will support youth for generations to come. Thank you so much for joining us today, and be well.
Well, as we come to a close for this evening, just want to remind everyone that what you've seen Brian prepare for us this evening has been so wonderful, and you can have access to these recipes in a post-event email, and hope you will be able to share it with your family and have a great evening celebrating Valentine's Day or celebrating any day on a Sunday. These are great desserts for a Sunday. But also be mindful that our youth are really facing insurmountable odds, and their lives really matter, and we want to be sure that their food insecurities are met and that the money we're raising this evening will help them have healthy, better lives. So thank you for your support. Thank you, Brian, for sharing these wonderful recipes with us. Have a good evening.
It is no secret that 2020 has been a challenging year for all of us. Between the pandemic, the fight for racial equity, and lack of resources, Face to Face has stepped up to ensure that youth have access to all they need along their journey. To continue supporting youth, we need your help now. Your financial gift ensures that youth find the resources they need and trusted adults to support them. Donations from community members like you help provide mental health services, medical services, health education, housing, and so much more. Together, we can make a difference in the lives of our community's youth. If you're like me, you care about youth and their futures. They deserve our encouragement and support. Let's work together to amplify their voices and witness how powerful youth are.